word problems. Do you remember last week when we did missing addend and how you used fact families to help you? We're going to take that strategy that you learned last week and we're going to use it to help us solve word problems. This is something that you can use to help you solve real life problems as well. We've put a few different scenarios and word problems in this PowerPoint to help you relate this back to your real life. This is stuff that you can use every single day, boys and girls. What I want you to do really quick is I want you to either go get a piece of paper and pencil or a whiteboard and dry erase marker if you have one. Go ahead and pause this video while you go grab one. If not, we'll start going. All right, our first word problem today is Maggie had a box of 9 donuts. 6 were glazed and the rest were cream filled. How many cream filled donuts did she have? All right, boys and girls, here's what we're going to do. I am going to draw a number bond down at the bottom of my paper just like we did last week. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with our whole and then part, and I'm going to draw our number bond and I'm going to label it whole, part. Very good. Now let's see what we already know about this word problem. If we look at it, we see that Maggie has a total of 9 donuts. So that would be our whole. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in our number bond. Then we see that she had 2 parts. Her 2 parts were glazed donuts and cream-filled donuts. We know that she had 6 glazed donuts. And what we need to figure out is how many cream-filled donuts she had. So we're trying to figure out our second part. I'm going to go ahead and write the equation down at the bottom of my paper that represents this number bond. So we would have 6 plus blank equals 9. So we're trying to figure out what that second number is that goes with 6 to make 9. What we're going to do today is we are going to draw a picture to help us solve this problem. And what I'm going to do is when I draw my picture, I'm not going to make it super beautiful and elaborate. I just want to get something on my paper to help represent this equation. And I'm going to put it in a 10 frame format. That means 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom, because that'll make it easier for us to read. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the 9 donuts we know that Maggie had. So I'm going to start this up here at the top of my paper. 1, make sure you're doing this with me, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to go to the second row. 6, 7, 8, 9. I can see that this is 9 because I know 5 and 5 make 10, but I have 1 missing over here on the bottom right, and 1 less than 10 is 9. All right, let's go ahead and represent our one of the parts that we know we have, the glazed donuts. We're going to do that by coloring in 6 of these donuts, okay? I don't need it to be beautiful, right? We're just going to fill them in, and we're going to fill in 6. So if you would do that with me really quick, that would be great. 1 glazed donut, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very good, boys and girls. By looking at this picture, it's really easy for me to see how many cream-filled donuts Maggie had. I want you to take a second, go ahead and finish your equation and the number bond for me, okay? I'm going to give you a second to do that, and then we'll check it together. All right, boys and girls, if you see, you can count 1 cream-filled donut, 2 cream-filled donuts, and 3 cream-filled donuts. That means our second part was 3. So 6 and 3 together make 9. So our equation would be 6 plus 3 makes 9. Awesome job, boys and girls. All right, if you have a piece of paper, I want you to flip it to the back or keep working downwards. If you have a whiteboard and a marker, go ahead and erase what you have, and we're going to start on our second equation. All right. Our second equation or word problem is Lewis had 12 balloons for his birthday party. 7 were blue and the rest were red. How many red balloons did Lewis have? This is another missing add-in equation or problem just like we had last week and the one before. Let's go ahead and draw a number bond at the bottom of our paper to help us solve this. So we have our whole, and then we have 2 parts, which are the 2 color of balloons we know Lewis had. So we know he had 12 balloons. That is our whole. And we know that he had 7 blue balloons. And the rest were red. So we're trying to figure out that second part that goes with 7 to make 12. So if we wrote this in an equation, it would look like this. 7 red balloon or blue balloons plus blank red balloons equals 12 balloons altogether. So we're trying to figure out this missing addend or missing part. And just like we did with the last equation, we're going to draw a picture in the 10 frame format to help us solve this problem, okay? And you don't have to draw beautiful balloons. We're just going to draw circles to help us do it quickly, okay? All right, go ahead and start with me. We're going to start by drawing 12 balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to come down here to do 11, 12. We have 12. I know this is 12 because we have 10 and 2. 10 and 2 make 12. Very good, boys and girls. All right, now we have to represent the 7 blue balloons we know that Lewis has, and that will help us to figure out how many red balloons he has. So let's go ahead and color in 7 balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, boys and girls, if you're looking at this like I am, you can see that we have 3 blank balloons right here and 2 more. You know what I just did in my brain? I remembered that 3 and 2 together, they make 5. And we're going to count together to make sure that's correct. To see, I'm guessing we had 5 red balloons. So let's count together and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, boys and girls. That means our missing part was 5. Lewis had 5 red balloons. That means 7 plus 5 equals 12. And you know what, boys and girls? If you want to go a step farther in this equation, you can even write down the fact families that go along with this equation. If 7 plus 5 equals 12, I know that 5 plus 7 also equals 12. And you can even flip this into a subtraction equation and do 12 take away 5. What would that equal, boys and girls? It would equal 7. Very good. All right. Here's what you're going to do for me today. We have 4 equations or word problems for you all to work on. What I want you to do is you're going to pause the screen right here where it is when I'm done talking, and you are going to answer each of these equations on a piece of paper or your whiteboard, and you're going to send a picture to your teacher, okay? I want you to answer all 4 of them, and I'll go over them with you here in a second. But what I want you to make sure you're including, I want you to include that number bond like we were doing earlier. I want you to include the equation, and I want you to include the drawing that you make. And if you want to go a step further and really, really impress your teacher, go ahead and include the fact family that goes along with that equation, okay? Your first word problem is going to be this. Miss Norton went to the store to buy vegetables. She bought 4 cucumbers and some carrots. Altogether, she had 10 items in her cart. How many carrots did she buy? That's a missing add-in equation. Number 2 is as well. Miss Freeman has 8 puppies. 3 are boys and the rest are girls. How many girl puppies does Miss Freeman have? Your third equation is also a missing add-in equation or word problem. That means that we have a missing part. Miss Niehaus had a bracelet with 15 beads on it. 6 beads were white and the rest were blue. How many blue beads were on her bracelet? So you need to figure out how many blue beads were on my bracelet, okay? This last equation is a little bit different, so you need to pay close attention to it. Miss Dorman had 9 coins in her piggy bank. She used 5 coins to buy gum. How many coins does she have left? This one is different because it's a takeaway problem. We're taking away coins. Don't forget, when we were learning this strategy in school, we were using a cross-out method. So you might have a few coins of Miss Dorman's, and then you take some away. Go ahead and give that equation a try. Give it your best, hardest work, and send it to your teacher so your teacher can be super impressed. And don't forget, if you really just want to blow the socks off your teacher, include the fact families that goes along with the equation that matches your word problem. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and pause right now. We miss you all, and thank you all for doing your absolute hardest work. Have a good day.